Mentorship. I mean, think about it. It's this incredible relationship that can literally change the course of your career and even your life. So today, we're going to unpack it. We'll look at all the different forms it takes and, how you can really get the most out of it, whether you're the one doing the guiding or the one being guided.
This quote from the Canadian Medical Association, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It reminds us that this isn't just about professional stuff, climbing the ladder. At its heart, it's a real human connection. It's all built on trust, on respect, and on that genuine feeling of wanting to see someone else thrive.
Okay, so what is a mentor really? What's the secret sauce that makes this relationship so incredibly powerful? Let's dig in and take a look at what great guidance is all about.
Okay, look at the words here. Dynamic, goal-sensitive, and mutually beneficial. These are so important. This tells you right away that mentoring is not a one-way street. It's not a lecture, right? It's an active partnership. It's a real conversation that's meant to spark that aha moment of self-awareness and lead to some actual measurable growth.
And yeah, every single successful mentoring relationship, it's built on these exact things. You've got to have that mutual respect. You need a real personal connection. That's what creates the safe space, the kind of space where someone can get real, non-judgmental guidance without feeling attacked.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. A great mentor isn't just one thing. Think of them as someone with a closet full of hats. They're this super versatile guide, and they know exactly which hat to put on to help their mentee with whatever they need at that moment.
And how many hats are we talking about? Well, believe it or not, the research points to seven distinct roles that a truly effective mentor plays. Once you understand these, you'll see just how deep their impact can be. So let's break them down.
All right, hat number one, the teacher. This is the obvious one, right? They're teaching you the technical stuff, helping you think critically, but it's so much more than that. The real goal here is deeper. It's about helping to shape your entire professional character.
But hey, what good are skills if you don't know anyone, right? That's why the mentor puts on their next hat, this sponsor. They're the ones who introduce you to the professional world, make those key connections, and, maybe most importantly, explain all those unwritten rules of the game that no one ever tells you about. Next up, they become the advisor. This is all about the big picture. They're the ones who help you zoom out and look at your entire career path, giving you that crucial advice on the big decisions so you're making smart moves for the long run.
Now, don't get this confused with being a sponsor. As an agent, the mentor goes a step further. They don't just introduce you, they actively advocate for you. They're in your corner, using their influence to open doors and really champion you for those new opportunities.
And woven through all of this, a mentor is always a role model. They're literally teaching by doing. They show you what professional standards look like, what the values of the field are. They're a living example of what success with integrity really means.
But they also know when to zoom in. As the coach, they get right in there with you, helping you sharpen very specific skills. They're giving you that targeted, hands-on feedback you need to really improve your performance and just crush your goals.
And last, but definitely not least, is the hat of the confidant. This might be one of the most important. A great mentor offers that essential emotional support. They create a safe harbor, a place where you can be totally vulnerable, talk about the tough stuff, and know you won't be judged for it.
Okay, so we've met our guide and we've seen all the different hats they wear. Now, let's talk about the journey. Because just like any important relationship in your life, mentoring isn't something that just stays the same. It grows, it changes, and it usually follows a path with 4 distinct phases.
This is a classic model from Kathy Cram. So it kicks off with the initiation phase, the first 6 months or so where you're just forming that bond. Then you move into cultivation. This is the sweet spot, the peak time for learning and growth. After that comes separation, where the mentee starts to stand on their own 2 feet and doesn't need as much direct guidance. And finally, you get to redefinition. This is the really beautiful part, where the whole thing transforms into more of a peer-to-peer friendship that can last a lifetime.
So we've got our guide, we've got the journey, but guess what? There's more than one map to get to the destination. Turns out there are a few different ways to structure a mentorship, and each one has its own unique benefits. Broadly speaking, you've got 2 main approaches, formal and informal. Formal mentoring is something that's set up by a company or a school. It's structured, which is great because it means everyone gets a shot. On the other hand, you have informal mentoring. This is the kind that just happens. It grows organically out of a real connection. And because of that genuine chemistry, these relationships can often be incredibly deep and last a really long time. And within those approaches, You can structure things in some cool ways. You've got peer mentoring, where you're learning from someone at your own level. The empathy there is just off the charts. Then there's group mentoring, where you get tons of different perspectives all at once. And I love this one, mosaic mentoring. It's like building your own personal board of directors, a whole network of experts you can turn to for different things.
All right, so we've been through the whole journey. What's the destination? What's the big payoff? Well, the amazing thing about great mentoring is that its benefits create this incredible ripple effect. It's so much bigger than just one person's career.
And this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. Mentoring is absolutely not a one-way street. For sure, mentees get a ton out of it. But you know who else benefits? The mentors. And beyond them, the companies and organizations they both work for. Everybody wins.
Just look at the payoff. For mentees, you're talking more confidence, better performance, access to networks they never have otherwise. For mentors, it's this huge sense of personal satisfaction, plus they seriously level up their own leadership skills. And for the institutions, better retention, a stronger reputation, it's a win-win-win. The bottom line is, it just works.
So this whole journey of guiding and being guided, it's really two sides of the same incredible coin. And as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with a question to think about. In your life, right now, who could you be a guide for? And just as important, who out there could be a guide for you?